Introduction. Good morning. My name is the blood stains on his black body, the gunfire that broke the clouds. I am the tipping scale. I am the prosecutor in this case. It is my pleasure to represent the people of the states of authentic ignorance on all the days scarred on human eyes. Still a living, breathing monster, a memory yet never taught in social studies. The defendant in this case was looking suspicious. The white, straight, male police officer was just enforcing Plan American Dream. Eliminate anyone who isn't ideal. Red Indians exterminated, white bodies, psh, no need for extermination. Blue bodies, alien bodies, marginalized bodies, progressing. At the conclusion of the case, we will ask the verdict of guilty of disrupting the peace us white people have created so perfectly. On top of the Africa we might have killed for, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this case is about a defendant who is a victim of America's tendency to look at a shade as a template. He is guilty of wearing the skin color we use for Halloween. The defendant was not in the right state of mind to start a revolution, especially it's how Black Lives Matter. Everyone knows all lives matter. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the prosecution will call 3 witnesses to stand. 1, the police officer who grew up in Brooklyn, Queens, or Manhattan, who avoided the phrase white privilege, who has been gifted with fingers that can pull a trigger and dreamed of being a police officer in order to protect a country that has done nothing but protect his kind. And responded to 712 guidelines that states racism is not a thing, and observed the defendant fleeing with a bag in his hand. He looked suspicious too. We will call the store clerk who was on duty of the night of racial profiling and and she will testify that he looked like something that had to be handled. 3, we will call the government psychologist who will testify that the defendant was definitely insane to think he could walk around freely. To think he was a normal citizen, to wear his clothes without body armor against police officer bullets. But it was too late. His body crashed onto the floor and his breathing was stuck in his lungs, can't seem to escape for another exhale. But the government psychologist will prove he was breathing the soft tempo of a revolution in his lungs, waiting to brew fire as the fire hazard he was. It was ready for someone dressed in fire extinguisher gas to do the white man deed, eliminate anyone who isn't ideal. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the defense may argue the defendant acted in self-defense. After decades worth of black versus white, it was clear to him white meant predator. The family of the defendant may say that he's grown up with these thoughts of being white enough to survive a shooting, white enough to be the shooter. The conclusion. At the conclusion of the case, we will ask you to find the defendant guilty, and guilty, and guilty, and guilty all over again, until he is dead, sometimes. Thank you.